Oh my god, the thing still works. I actually thought the Discord widget was going to be broken. Wow, wow. Yeah, how are you doing, Journey? Interesting thing I was just reading. Apparently, Apex brought down the time to kill. Said over the season, Apex TTK drifted higher and higher as various weapons suddenly got nerfed, and we brought more deterministic ways to get better armor. We felt the higher TTK resulted in players valuing mobility too much over tactical positioning. Mobility will always be core to Apex, but we do not want to be the only measure of success and skill. The current state of TTK is more comparable to launch Apex Legends. We actively referenced those earlier seasons where the TTK was lower and made the choice to bring the current game more in line with that metric. It was a deliberate decision to bring the TTK down mainly through the weapons themselves instead of just armor. Adjusting each weapon allows us to dial in specific parts of the TTK, bring more nuance to the combat experience. Very interesting changes. Linux anti-cheat support, please, is the current comment. Alternatively, don't use Linux on a gaming system and then you don't run into these problems. This guy says I got permabanned for typing FU in chat while I've been called worse. Highly doubt that's all you said, buddy. Easy anti-cheat does absolutely nothing. We don't need any of the stuff you mentioned. Instead, please create a better anti-cheat system similar to Vanguard. Your anti-cheat is a joke. Bro, Easy has one of the largest fucking percentages on the planet. Like, the only good thing Vanguard does is if it catches a cheater, it voids that entire match. However, at the same time, if you were not affected by the cheater and it voids your entire match, it's kind of like, you know, a downside, because there's 100 people in a fucking lobby. Majority of them will probably not encounter the cheater. Currently in-game arc raiders, that's insane. I don't even know if I'm gonna have to redo all my fucking settings for that game or not. There's a chance I might. And fell in live at the same time you wanted to play, yeah? I should probably check to make sure that game is even fixed. I'm probably not gonna be playing anything today, because, you know, still some things I need to fix, but, hey, I get almost 1,000 FPS in Fortnite. Will be completely useless in game because it's gonna be capped anyways, but Wow, this game takes fucking centuries to launch. I'm also a tiny bit smaller now. Oh boy, that is loud as shit, bruh. What the hell? This was 25 and this was 200.
The medical clinic is running on fumes. Try not to get hurt.
Bruh. What is this slider? What the fuck? Okay. I think that is all correct. Wow, that looks blurry as shit.
Air filters are clogged in blocks.
Shit crash, what the hell? Okay, no. Interesting. Game seems like really loud still. I don't know why. I want this. Oh wait, I can test really quick. I don't know, definitely kind of seemed a little loud still. That's why I had it before, though. Are the frames crazy? I don't know, I haven't checked yet. Probably, though. I almost guarantee it. Like, damn. Unlimited frame rate and game performance overlay. Detailed. I mean, 200 FPS with max graphic, or max textures. Not max graphics, max textures. If I change this from cinematic to just, like, high or medium. I don't know, the textures were low. What if I just throw this on low? 230. That's 100 more than I get. That's what DLSS says too. If I turn this off, it's gonna look like shit, like the hair and everything, but 280. Yeah, I guess I just don't run that. Game looks sharp and chopped as shit, but god damn. I mean, realistically, I don't need 300 FPS, but it's more so the 1% lows. Need that dot to be smaller. I just need the whole thing to be smaller, damn. Just one all around. There we go. And one fucking around. That still seems so loud, and I don't know why. Because that is exactly... I know for a fact that's how I had it. It was 20%, everything was maxed out, except this was 25, and this was 100 or fucking 200% because they're still quiet. Like, I know this is exactly how I had it. I know for a fact it is. How you doing, Hilarious? Here, let's use a gun I'm more familiar with. It's, I don't know, still seems kind of loud. Still seems kind of loud. Is there a reason for that? Maybe it's one of the drivers is 2-channel 24-bit studio quality. Nope. What about, I mean, the mic doesn't matter, but check it anyways. 2-channel 24-bit studio quality. I don't know. Kind of weird. Unless, one second. Let me cook. System. Device default effects off. Turn off effects. Did it just fuck up my, audio? I can't even pull out the gun. Well, it has cooked the audio. Apparently, it really did not like that. I don't know why the game is... Did it cook the audio everywhere? Here, let me load up Twitch real quick. Did it cook the audio everywhere? No, it didn't. Load up Twitch real quick. It only cooked it in-game. Wow, this game is real fucking picky, isn't it? Does that mean if I do it to the chat mic too? Because I don't actually probably want audio enhancements. Microsoft Home Theater effects. Yeah, that's probably it. No, I do not want audio enhancements. Not even the default ones. I changed that shit in the Go XLR already. Yeah, Home Theater effects from TC Helicon. Turn that shit off, bro. I need to go through all of these and turn it off. There. Oh, I need to switch off of it and then switch back onto it. I tried that really quick and it's all back now. Beautiful. Okay, sample off. Music off. System, I already turned it off, but just make sure again off. Game, doesn't really matter, but off. I don't even use that channel. I put that on chat on accident. Chat, default off. Broadcast stream mix. This one's also important because that's what you guys hear. Default effects off. Chat mic. Thank God they're already off. Just by default. Amazing. Okay. Now we scroll down here. SM7B. Properties. Make sure this is still selected as chat mic. And broadcast stream mix. Make sure this is still selected as broadcast stream mix. And we're good now. Audio should be perfectly fine. It shouldn't be insanely loud anymore. It still seems kind of loud. It seems like it maybe got a little bit quieter. But it still seems kind of loud. I'll drop it down to 15. I don't know why you can only do it in 5% intervals, but, you know. Bit of an oversight, if you ask me. Fucking frame generation. If I had frame... 2 times? Wait, yo. You're telling me I can run 400 FPS? You know what's crazy is apparently frame generation is actually getting, like, really good. I saw Linus do a video on it. Yeah, definitely do not want that, though. Maybe in, like, another year or two, but as for now, I am good. We'll cap this at a 240. Actually, I'll bring it up to here for a second. I like one I really see. Oh, goddamn, that's cooked. Yeah, do not touch render resolution in this game. Technically, the lower the field of view, too, the higher the FPS should be. Yeah, although that's a competitive disadvantage, so good. I mean, view distance, though, you probably should have it as automatic. Like, fuck the little bit of extra FPS. Again, I don't even have a 240 hertz monitor because I'm poor. Even though they're only, like, $200. Idle energy saving? No. Inactive window energy saving? No. Well, I can actually do this and stay at above 200. That's actually kind of crazy. What the fuck? I love how you can see in real time it fix it from that to just that. I mean, I still run over 200 basically. I think 170 is the lowest I've seen it. Maybe 160. I mean, I still only need it 144, so I will take 160. Oh, it's right here, duh. Yeah, I literally have a solid 160. Like, perfectly solid 160. With the view distance being maxed out. Frame time of 6 milliseconds. CPU 2 milliseconds. Render 2 milliseconds. GPU MS 2 milliseconds. 70% utilization. That's because the FPS is capped, I'm pretty sure. If I uncap this FPS, it's probably gonna fucking eat that shit. Yeah, 98. You should never have uncapped FPS in games, because you will have lower 1% lows. Always go to what you actually need, so in my case it'd be 144. And then generally you want to go just a little bit above that. I normally cap it at 160, just because it's a number that's easy to remember. And then obviously if you had like a 240 monitor, you could cap it at 250, etc. Interesting I didn't dive there. I swear to God I did it, right? What? Oh, there's a wall there, so it doesn't matter. And the cheap rolling actually feels so much better, goddamn. Anyways, turn that off. Something else I did too is I can turn that on and then go to filters of the VTuber, turn on the mask, and look at that, the health bar shows through. Except it doesn't because I don't have a shield on, so you see the name. Just pick up a fucking light shield, and there we go, look at that, wow. You can actually see my HP for once. And it literally just looks like it's in front of me because it doesn't actually, like, cut through. It's just a mask. It's a kind of scuffed mask, to be fair, but it's a mask. Got a kind of harsh edge on it. I don't know why, but my sense feels kind of weird a little bit. Why is this the fucking... Why does it change your reticle? Wait, what? Why is this gonna have a different reticle? I'm so confused now. Wait, what? Did I actually change something, or am I actually... Have I just never noticed that before? No, I've actually just never noticed that before. What? Huh? That is so weird. Why is that how that works? I mean, this one kind of makes sense, because, you know... So, tapping kind of gun, but, like... What the fuck is that? Crazy is what it is. What the hell? I mean, I guess it holds 1 round. Or no, wait, no, it holds 8 rounds. I don't know what... I was just reloading. Oh, no, it is 1 round, technically. You have to... Yeah. Wait, I'm judging. I am judging. I'm judging very harshly. Does anyone else see the issue here? It blows back the slide. You can literally see it on the right side of the gun. It blows back the slide to eject the round. So why is it not chamber another one? Unless I'm crazy and it's like artifacting, but it looks like there's a little bit of movement there. Like, obviously, as you do it, it loads the next one out, but it looks like it's still moving regardless. It might just be the gun moving. It might be like motion blur on the gun. It might just be crazy. Okay, wait, that's kind of crazy. You can load this thing while rolling. How the fuck you get this thing again? It's like a slightly stronger Toro. Man, my crazy is that helmet just that shit is magnetizing back to its head. I actually don't know. Is it a stronger Toro? I mean, it's probably great against these things. Not really. Anvil is still better by far. I'm pretty sure when the helmet pops off, that signifies a shield break. If I remember correctly. I'm not sure. I could be entirely wrong. Oh, and I fucking missed. Okay, well, I guess I get a solid 200 FPS in this game. That's probably pretty good, right? Oh, that was a slow roll. I think it's safe to say I still have pretty good aim, though. It's actually crazy to me how 40 is actually close enough to my actual sense that I can aim properly. Let's hear. Oh shit, I did one too many. Unfortunately, I have no other games installed because I had to reinstall them all. But you know. You know what I will not get used to with Edge, though, is Control-Shift-N being private browsing. Because to save a tiny bit more on performance, Edge saves absolutely no information. It's been entirely debloated. It runs insanely fast, I can't lie, but it saves nothing. Turn safely from damn battlegrounds. I guess I could probably do a few of these really quickly, because I mean, like, you know. Not very hard at all. New mouse should be here either tomorrow or Monday, depending on shipping time. On kind of it's still sitting in Riverside next to fucking LA. I'm going to assume probably Monday, unless they ship it out tonight and then somehow it leaves in the morning. But I doubt that.
Let's head home at the Red Lake balcony lift.
There's a field people.
Hornets tend to hover. If my designs hold up, that's the perfect time to stick them with an explosive or two.
Is there a place these batteries generally spawn? Oh my god, I actually need that. How is this the right area for that? That's insane. I'm fucking dipping. I need this for the chicken. What exactly? It'd be crazy if I somehow had an adrenaline. Wait, is that 2 dog collars? It is. Also, Steam reset is bindings. I gotta change that. Do you know if the matriarch event means the queen is there? Yes, the matriarch, I believe Teddy said, is the harder one, though, where it spawns a shit ton of bombardiers and shit. Like, it spawns a shit ton of ads. Unless it's a different boss, but I'm pretty sure he just said it was a harder version. I'm pretty certain that is what it is, though. Really, bro? That fast is insane, dude. What is up with all these fucking robots? Not gonna lie, I was very suspect of this guy wearing just nothing. From my experience, it's the rats that wear the default outfits. Generally all the cheaters, too, because, you know, they're not spending money on outfits. It's still crazy to me, Opie. You should tell Fen about that. We literally saw a video of someone blatantly cheating, like, straight up, like, 100% guaranteed. I mean, we literally saw it. Bro was, like, showcasing it, and he only got a temp ban. Like, they don't even perma-ban the cheaters. Bro is just blatantly cheating, posts a YouTube video of it and all, and just gets a temp ban. Like, actually absurd. I realistically probably shouldn't put those away, actually. I have, like, no space. Damage dealt. Obviously, I can't do that one. And then ticks destroyed. I don't even remember where to find ticks. I think you can on Dam. Problem is this one, because, you know, I'm in friendly lobbies. Oh wait, no, the Matriarch is a colossal, heavily armored machine stronger than the Queen. Although it basically looks exactly like the Queen. Has a slightly different design, but is basically just the Queen. I mean, it gives different cores, though. So if you need Queen cores, don't do it. But if you need Matriarch cores, I mean, same thing, just stronger. Lemons and apricot. I don't even know where lemons can be found. I think I can find a shit ton of apricots, but I don't know. I think for the most part, this really depends on where I spawn. And if I'm gonna find those.
Snap blasts and trigger nades will stick to surfaces, including those pesky hornets.
Ironically, I think I'm actually in a good place for those. I can generally find them over here, I think. I can also do Raider cache drops, because I'm near it anyways. Might as well check.
Let's move to that location.
Yes, I have basically all of them on this route memorized. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. Oh, one here as well. One here, one here, one here, one here, and one back here. Too much fucking shooting, bro. That's crazy. I did not think that was gonna miss. I forgot these things have like insane. Yo, you good, bro? I completely missed because it was spinning out. Rusted shunt medical kits. I need those. Oh, look at that. Didn't fall asleep, yeah? How you doing, Rizzem? Blueprint, please. No blueprint.
Let's move to that location.
I need a snitch, actually. I don't think I'd kill it alone, but... Oh, I might actually just in time. Nope, I didn't. Bro, I forgot to change that out. That's not good. I missed the important shot. Damn, bro. Okay, I gotta change that, bro. I keep opening the fucking Steam overlay. What absolutely brained the designer thought that was a good fucking key combination? The most two commonly used keys in games. Shift and tab. Like, that is literally the worst thing they could have made it. Shift period. Something, not shift tab, bro. The crosshair is strange, yeah. I don't know why it's only 3 pieces on this gun, but yeah. It's supposed to be 4. It's supposed to be a full cross around it. I'd imagine this is the snitch, I believe. Yes, should be. I can't hear shit with that fucking thing going off. I didn't even have to do with the sound, I just saw it. Wow. This might be a blueprint. Nope, it's a medium shield. That's unfortunate. I was hoping with how many things it had, it was going to be blueprint. I need an arc courier, not a probe, I believe. Actually, no, I think that was for yesterday. I believe it's here, actually. I don't think there's one here. Yeah, that's a guy there, bro. I'm gonna let him see me. He's not shooting. Okay. Bro, pointing that gun, you are fucking asking for it.
Hey, don't shoot!
I'm gonna intentionally go last so he hopefully gets on the terminal. He's holding a Venator, bro. I missed my shot. Ratting is like a bitch, bro. That's crazy. I should have known. He had a Venator out and he already shot, bro. Or he went to shoot. He's ADS'd. Little huff puff. Oh, he's probably cheating. Fresh Steam account. Okay. Well, he's probably just cheating. 100 damage? He did exactly 100 damage? Interesting. Yeah, doing 140 exactly is very suspect. It's unfortunate I had a fucking Pharaoh there, though. I easily killed that guy if it wasn't a Pharaoh. I missed the first shot. I didn't roll as far as I was supposed to. Yeah. That's what it is it not? No, not really. It is scrappy. I don't think he's exactly owned by anyone.
Nothing here to see, just pause or else. Riz, take your seat. Launching in 5.
A Pharaoh again, bro. I will just keep doing that shit until I don't get a Pharaoh. Like, actually.
Forklift, make room to 3 spot, closing the rail.
If we see a default with a Venator, we are 100% tapping the shit out of them instantly. I will wait for him to say, don't shoot, turn around, and then spray in the back of his head. You know what? I'm actually going to look specifically for that guy if I got in the same game somehow. This isn't them. That's a different character, male. They were orange, no fucking ski mask on, and female character. Outside of Venator. Those are the signs. If I see anyone that matches that description perfectly, I do not give a shit if it ends up being the wrong person. They are dying. I mean, I should have known, because, like, who the fuck brings a Venator into a PvP lobby, bro? Like, realistically, probably the worst fucking weapon to go PvE with. That one actually sounds interestingly like a Venator. You hear its speed? Yo, shut the hell up. I guess it could always be two people with pharaohs. That is always a possibility. Bro. Oh no, it's okay, that guy is not him. I guess that's a hairpin, and it for some reason sounded like that. There must have been two of them down there. I know I was hearing double shots. Bro, that shit is still coming this way. I thought yellow was supposed to mean it's searching, not it knows exactly where you are. Is there an arc probe on the roof? What the hell? That's two people. Why? I don't. This guy is just. Why is he sneaking around, bro? I'm concerned. Why the fuck is that guy sneaking around? I guess technically he could have shot the other guy, but it's still kind of weird. That is not the guy. Realistically, there's like almost no way I got back in the same lobby or any lobby with him, even though I like intentionally waited a little bit, but... Always a like fucking 1% chance, right? This door was also specifically closed, I think. Oh, shit. That is not good. I took way more damage than I thought I was going to there. Bro, what the fuck is this mantling? I mean, I have literally nothing, but if I die, you know.
Go ahead, Rizzem. The elevator is ready.
That's a pharaoh.
Thanks for listening.
Doing that 12-hour stream is probably a bad idea. I don't know how you do it. You played for 12 hours? Yeah, my god. Till I passed out. Bro is playing RE8 for the first time. 71K. I mean, realistically, I probably should just sell these extras, huh? 20,000. How much are these things worth? Only 5K, yikes. I should invest in it once I realize how long it was, because it's close to the end of the game anyways.
Security sweeps are happening, but don't expect too much. They're stretched thin.
Hoarding, or was ammo hoarding? Turns out I didn't need to because I killed the last about the Magnum grenade launcher. Yeah, I generally try my best to hoard ammo too, just because you never know. Live in the country chasing a raccoon. Get out with a gel blaster wearing a bathroom. Then you get the macrame. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Set in the store. I believe I know which one that is. It is this one, yeah. How'd you plan on using it? So unfortunate that this is like the only actually like really good color combination. The others just look so lazy. Something like died to any of the boss fights besides the fish guy. That's crazy. Think of everything with the bottom two with the blue color. This one, I'm guessing. That actually doesn't look that bad because of the scarf, I'd say. The scarf carries it because then it has some matching. It's like an Elden Ring set. That's what I said too. Like the Land of Reed set, yeah. XP is so goddamn slow when you're just grabbing shit. My god. Oh, it's from a random pool. I was about to say you can't even see it. I guess I should have been opening those arc probes. Damn. And then these carryables, I think you get 250 per, because I think I've done 2. I'm remaining until refresh a day. Yikes. They're never gonna make a DLC or the Elden Ring 2 where you go to find or read some other lands? Yeah, probably not. Realistically, it'd probably be the smart thing to do, but I highly doubt they will.
Only fresh produce here, and by produce I mean medical supplies.
I'm not opening this door. Just tell me what you want. Don't even think of trying anything. This door is bulletproof and I'm armed.
Why is this thing so much more than the anvil? Is it actually that much better? No way.
Do me a solid and don't cause any ruckus, okay? We'll put those to good use.
It's like foul tarnished, yeah. I believe, does he not say it like one? I mean, yeah, kind of. I believe dinner is done, so I will be back. I am back. Would you eat fried egg sandwiches? Ah.
Over the years,
Yo, why did autoplay?
I know that
They all autoplay. What the fuck is this?
I wanted to give
Ending? No. Why is it? Oh, the yellow border is showing the screen capture. I hate that shit so much, honestly. So cursed.
give you a brief little follow-up to
Do I
the
just
latest
permanently see that on
batch
the
of
edge of my
Epstein
screen? I
files
do.
that dropped.
Yikes.
Over 3 million files came out, and it's been quite a few days now of people coming through them and finding tons and tons of alarming things. New allegations, new names, a ton of new information. I highly recommend you check out CoffeeZilla's 2 latest videos covering this new Epstein file drop. I think he does a great job at cutting through the bullshit and delivering the clearest coverage and highlighting some of the most important takeaways from all of this new information. This is a huge deal, and don't let any of the NPCs on Twitter convince you otherwise or try and minimize the importance of this. And crazy enough, I know it's not just these faceless homunculi on Twitter that have this administration's cock buried deep into their throat that's trying to convince you to just let this all go. The administration itself is doing that as well, which is the main thing I want to talk about here. Since this release, the official narrative from the administration is they've finally complied with the law and released these files, and now we can all just move on. Which is crazy because there are still no arrests and seemingly no investigations either, despite all of this overwhelming evidence that now the public has access to and can see some really fucking terrible things in. Raping children, trafficking children, possible cannibalism, torture, murder.
Wait, ayo, there's 3 more parts to this story? That's 3 things that nobody knew about before.
All of this now just openly in the public, of course with tons of redactions to protect the perpetrators, naturally, which of course violates the law that they're right now gloating about following, by the way. All of this is now out there in the public, and yet still no investigations, and the administration is proudly just saying, time to move on. Before showing you some clips here, I want to do a little experiment here with you to try and activate a few neurons, God forbid. Let me dust off your brain here for a moment. Let's say that you have drank the Kool-Aid to such an extreme degree that you believe all of these Epstein files are a bunch of hooey when it comes to the Republicans that are named in there, like Howard Lutnick or Donald Trump. Let's say that you think that all of those are make-believe, there's nothing in there that holds any water, it's a fucking, wild goose chase, it's all fake. But you believe that all of the information in regards to Democrats in there, like Bill Clinton, is legitimate, and Bill Gates. All of that's real, but all the stuff on the Republicans is fake. Let's play ball with that. Let's say you're right. Why are the Republicans that are in charge right now in this administration not pursuing an investigation on the Democrats in these Epstein files? Let's go into a little bit of chess theory here. Everything about Donald Trump and the Epstein files is totally innocent. He's been absolved of all wrongdoing like he says he is and like a lot of other people are trying to regurgitate. despite the numerous times his name appears. Let's say he's not compromised by Israel like the FBI was investigating. Let's say all of this is wrong, but all the Democrats that are named in there are actually guilty. Those are the actual evil perpetrators and the real culprits. Why the fuck aren't we arresting the Democrats, or at the very least, investigating all of this information in the Epstein files? Ask yourself that question. Let's use someone easy, Bill Clinton. I think most sane people on the planet, after combing through the Epstein files and seeing all of these allegations and the pictures and everything with Bill Clinton, can agree there's enough here to at least start poking around and see what's going on with Bill Clinton's
They
relationship
can't poke around
to
with him,
Epstein
though.
and everything
Otherwise,
that
they have to
happened
poke
on
around with
Epstein
Trump.
Island, right? Well, why the fuck is Trump defending him so adamantly right now? He just put out a statement like, man, I hate that people are shooting spitballs at Bill Clinton. I like that guy.
Which is crazy because he was the one originally saying that Bill Clinton was guilty.
I love that guy, actually. For a second there, I thought he was going to request a... For a second there, balls
I
at
still
Bill Clinton. I
like
like
Bill
that guy. I
Clinton.
love
That's a
that guy,
lie,
actually.
bro.
For a second there, I thought he was going to request a group hug in the shower with Bill Clinton at the very end of that fucking segment. Like, all of a sudden, he's Bill Clinton's best friend suckling on his titties. Like, what? Where's this coming from? Like, only a couple days ago, he was like, yeah, Bill Clinton's name's all over that. That backfired, didn't it? And now he's like, oh, man, Bill Clinton's, he's like the best of us. That guy's awesome. Oh, this is craziness. Actual craziness. Now, I know that there's, like, some probes into some things in regards to the Epstein files and people like Bill Clinton, like, related to it. But nothing's going to come from it. Nothing has come from this shit ever. Across multiple administrations, nothing has come from it, so I have no expectation that there's going to be any justice, especially when the fucking President Trump is still talking about, like, let's move on and it's not important. Or Perjury Patel, like, hey, we comply with the law, Epstein files are out there, we're done here, time to wash our hands of it. Or Todd Blanche going and saying, it's not a crime to party with Epstein. It's very hard to have any level of faith that there's going to be any repercussions to all of these evil monsters. Now, I know I've been sitting here shitting and spitting, got a little off track. To bring it back to the initial thought experiment I wanted to plant into your noodle. If you believe all Republicans in these Epstein files are innocent, but all Democrats are not, ask yourself, why are the Republicans that are in charge right now not actually investigating or holding any of these Democrats accountable and punishing them, pursuing charges or anything?
Because they know they will
Why
fucking
does it seem
tattle,
like
bro.
the actual narrative
They will
is,
start
the
yapping.
Epstein files are out there, we're done here. Even though, by the way, the official stance only a few months ago is that the Epstein files aren't real, it's a Democrat hoax, they don't exist, that kind of thing. After, of course, Pam Bondi said they were on her desk. After, of course, they had actually given the Epstein files phase 1 to some fucking right-wing influencers who have been hush-hush crickets ever since. Anyway, if the Democrats in the Epstein files are guilty, why are they not being investigated? Let me offer you a little game theory here. It's because the Republicans in the Epstein files aren't actually innocent. No one in the Epstein files is innocent when it comes to a lot of the evidence we now have at our fingertips. There's a lot of real actionable stuff in there, at least I think so. Now, of course, a lot of it is unsubstantiated. I get that. Not everyone in there is probably guilty of shit. Like, I know Russell Wilson was in there about, like, a plane, like trying to buy a plane. I get that.
Trying to buy
But
a plane.
There's a lot of substantial evidence on a lot of very powerful people. Like
Bro didn't even know what plane he was buying. Oh no.
Lutnick. And so, if this administration did actually pursue charges against the Democrats that are named in the Epstein files, then that puts them at risk of being implicated as well if that person starts squealing, if they start letting the fat lady sing. That's why I believe they are not pursuing any kind of real investigation or anything at all for anyone associated with the Epstein files. That's why, apparently, all of these extremely powerful people that are named in there are completely fucking untouchable. They're basically ghosts at this point. If your name is in the Epstein files, you've basically activated God mode in America, where you cannot be touched or punished, it seems. And I think that's also why the previous administration wasn't touching anything in the Epstein files, because again, if they went after the Republicans that were named in the Epstein files, that opens them up to also being implicated there as well. Because clearly, this was more than just one party. Both Republicans and Democrats are named a lot in these Epstein files. So it'd be a fucking disaster for both parties, which is why it's been such like a fucking hot potato that hasn't been touched. That's what I believe. Now anyway, I think any sane person would agree that this is a huge fucking problem, that no one is getting arrested for this. But unfortunately, the powerful politicians that govern us are not sane. So they are to our face spitting on us, telling us to just move on and that it's not important. Here's those words from Donald Trump.
And you tell me something else. No, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really. Now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
What would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Like health,
that people care about.
like health care. Nobody cares about U.S. healthcare anymore, bro. It's never gonna change. America is back. No, the hell it isn't. Healthcare in the U.S. will never change. Capitalism drives profits, not innovation.
Oh, move on to something that people care about. So you don't care about child sex trafficking, the raping of children, the potential cannibalism, the torture, the murder, all of that? That's not something you think American people should care about? That's not the important stuff? Well, what the fuck is? The Trump phone? Which is probably coming out any day now. It's supposed to come out in like August of 2025, by the way. Still no expected delivery time on my Trump phone device. Crazy. They're saying maybe March now. Fingers crossed, any day, no doubt. How can anyone sit there and not be revolted by that statement? Again, if these Epstein files absolved Trump, which I don't see how anyone could mental gymnastic that explanation into reality and truly believe it. But again, even if he is completely squeaky clean here in the Epstein case, everyone else isn't. There's plenty of people that aren't. Why does he want so badly to just move on from this? Why does he want to bury it? He should be like really gung-ho about getting all of them arrested. And in fact, actually, one of his big promises when he was campaigning is that's exactly what he's going to do. But promises made, promises broken. That's the new motto. That is exactly what's been going on. He campaigned about how important the Epstein files were to release and like actually get justice for the victims and punish these heinous, evil people. And then the second he gets into office, he's done everything in his power to not only deny the existence of the Epstein files, calling them a Democrat hoax, but also doing everything he can to prevent them from coming out. And it has just been a complete circus with these. And now that they're here, and people have all of this evidence with so many names and so many bad people on there with a lot of things that I do think would warrant an investigation, he is saying it's not important and that we need to move on. That is actual craziness.
Do you have regrets about how it's been handled?
Look, like any other hot topic issue, the American public and the world had a great interest in this. And what we did under President Trump's leadership is produce the most transparent DOJ and FBI in history. 3 other administrations had the opportunity to do this, and we produced everything we legally...
3 other administrations. If I count back, we have... He got arrested in 2019. For the second time, remember, 2019. We have Trump, then we go back to Biden, and then we go back to Trump. Meaning he could have done it the first time. He didn't. Biden could have done it, but, you know, he didn't. And then Trump finally did it. Like, that's hypocritical. What do you mean 3 other...
Administrations had the opportunity, transparent DOJ and FBI in history. 3 other administrations had the opportunity to do this, and we produced everything we legally and lawfully could.
It's crazy how much these people fucking lie, bro. There has only been 3 total administrations. Epstein passed August 10th of 2019. Investigation was still ongoing. Trump took office in January 20th of 2017, meaning his term was barely about to end. He would have still had... I know, not even barely about to end, actually. I'm thinking 1 year before. He still had an entire year plus. That was August 10th of 2019. He left office January 20th of 2021. There hasn't been 3 administrations that could do it. It's only been 2. Trump himself and then Biden. So if we're not counting Trump, there's only been 1 administration. So, like, the massive lying is crazy, bro. Like, they really think that people just forgot about the past, like, 10 years and just don't remember anything.
We work with our partners in Congress. We follow the statutes and the court orders, and we produce, 3 million some pages. So I think we got to the result in the right way Could we have gotten there faster? I'm not really sure because of numerous court cases, multiple protective orders, multiple court sealings, and so now we've produced everything we can while protecting victims' rights and funds.
This fucking dweeb, this insufferable dork. So here's Perjury Patel taking a victory lap here about how they did everything right when it came to the Epstein files, which, by the way, under oath, Kash Patel said that there's no evidence that there were, like, any, clients, no list. He said plenty of things that have been completely disproven with these Epstein files being released, but he's not facing any perjury charges, and to my understanding, no one's even pursuing it. Super weird how Perjury Patel just gets away with it. But here, he's talking about how they did everything right in the right way, which is not true. They did everything they could to not release these files every step of the way. They're already, like, 2 months late, basically, close to it. And also, the redactions were supposed to be reserved exclusively for the names of victims. They have not been used for just victims' names. That has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. That is a violation of the law that had been signed into place when it came to the handling of the Epstein files. And, pretty much everything he says there is just a lie. That is what Perjury Patel does, just lie. But the sentiment he's trying to express is now that they have the 3 million some files out there, they've done what they were required to do, and now we need to move on. There is nothing in regards to like an investigation or punishment to the people that are named in these files with tons of evidence and tons of really very, very disturbing things, pictures, videos, emails, all of this stuff, and all of the people in them don't seem to be looking at any possible punishment or anything at all. It doesn't seem like there's any level of justice coming to the victims here of the Jeffrey Epstein operation and all of the clients.
Is there any chance that any of these individuals who partied with Epstein and engaged in, relations with minors will be prosecuted?
Well,
Any chance?
I'll never say no, and we will always investigate any evidence of misconduct. But as you know, it is not a crime to party with Mr. Epstein, and so as horrible as it's not a crime to email with Mr. Epstein. And some of these men may have done horrible things, and if we have evidence that allows us to prosecute them, you better believe we will. But it's also the kind of thing that the American people need to understand, that it isn't a crime to party with Mr. Epstein. It isn't a crime to have
Didn't look like that's all that was going on some of those photos. I mean, if the photos could speak, some of them look pretty bad.
That's right. And unfortunately, photos can't speak. And so we need witnesses and we need evidence.
Photos can't speak. She said videos, I said videos. Yes, they fucking do, bro. They do. Literally the saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. They tell you plenty.
Videotapes that you all have? Or?
To answer that question, yeah, there's videotapes that they all have. In fact, Pam Bondi said that there's like thousands of videos with children in them. Pam Bondi seems like totally fine just letting this whole Epstein thing just kind of fall to the back rooms, by the way. Anyway, though, here's Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche just outright saying with his whole chest, it's not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. And he's being very open and honest here about how little he's actually caring about it. He's making it seem like, oh, maybe there's a chance for an investigation, but he's being very blunt that it's probably not coming. There's probably not going to be an investigation. He's even saying, yeah, unfortunately, pictures can't speak. So all those horrible pictures and all of that evidence in there, probably not going to lead to an investigation. Everyone's going to get away with it. Oh, shucks. But it's not a crime to party with Jeffrey Epstein. You know, the man behind the biggest child sex trafficking operation in this country's history. What a strong message.
In this country's history, with it being, they said over, was it 3 million pages? With it being 3 million pages, I think that probably takes the cake of the largest in history, not even just the country. If you need 3 million pages just for the files alone, ooh, that's a hell of an investigation. And that's 3 million pages worth of shit they actually know from the investigation.
Sending Todd, it's all just so blatantly in your face. They treat you like you are a mindless sheep, and plenty of people are proving them correct here with the shit that they're swallowing here with a smile on their face. Wake the fuck up, samurai. The president has just said that we need to move on from the Epstein files into something that people care about. Let that marinate for a second. Really think about that. Why is he trying to make it seem like the raping of children, the sex trafficking of children, the cannibalism, the torture, the murder is not something you should care about? And this is all perpetrated by potentially the most powerful people in this country. Why is the president and his administration trying so hard to bury this and get people to move on without even trying to investigate or hold anyone accountable that's named in these files? It's just crazy. Anyway, I just had to yap about this a bit after seeing the response here from government officials about it's not important, just move on. I actually couldn't believe my fucking ears. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Guys, I think the U.S. government might be corrupt. You don't say. Tomorrow they'll just say, what's the big deal? Everyone does it. That's crazy. I mean, probably.
As you may have noticed, there's a reoccurring side character I talk about on my channel from time to time. Someone who is by all possible definitions a hero. A very, very important presence in this country. And unfortunately, the only time his name is invoked is when there are some villains looking to murder him. Literally slit his throat on the street and spill his blood to our dismay. This is a hero that every normal person should be celebrating. It's like Moomin Rider from One Punch Man. Might not be the star of the show everyone's talking about, but it's someone that everyone should support, except for the bad guys. This character's name is Section 230. I got a little lost in the sauce with this introduction here. Section 230 is an extremely important piece of legislation that's been around for coming up on 30, well actually exactly 30 years, 1996. Wow. That really put in perspective how old I'm getting, because I'm 1994. I am older than Section 230, holy shit.
Bro hit the,
But
wow.
point is, outside of my
Bro got
bones turning to dust
flabbergasted.
and everything, Section 230 is still young and spry and extremely important for the current landscape of the internet, and was a fundamental building block that allowed the internet to bloom in the first place. It's extremely simple. Even if you're hitting whippets right now, you'll still be able to comprehend what it's saying. No provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider. Now, why am I bringing this up now? Well, it's because there seems to be a pretty big push to dismantle Section 230. Actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt actually just made a pretty strong statement in condemnation of Section 230 and how things desperately need to change to save ourselves.
I understand what Section 230 did to bring about the birth of the internet. That was 30 years ago.
You know what else was 30 years ago, Joseph? Your last good movie, dweeb. So even though it was 30 years ago, it is just as important today as it was then. Now, over the years, I'm sure a lot of you have heard me yap about Section 230 a handful of times because the people in power are trying to kill this fucking thing more often than Kenny in South Park. They hate Section 230. When Democrats were in charge, it caught a lot of scrutiny, claiming that it was enabling the spread of racism and harming children. With Republicans in power, they're claiming that it's spreading misinformation and anti-Semitism. This is a bipartisan punching bag that they desperately want to just beat down. It's just been thorn in the side of people that want to control your speech pretty much since its inception. Since the advent of the internet, Section 230 has been a target for people that want to control your speech and infringe on your First Amendment rights, and dismantling Section 230 would fundamentally change the internet as you know it, and that's not an exaggeration to say it. To put it even more simply, Section 230 allows goobers like me to post whatever they want, saying whatever they want, and the platform itself is not liable for whatever I've made or said. That is on me, personally. The platform isn't going to be, fucking dragged through the streets with legs spread like a goddamn Thanksgiving turkey for it and getting blasted by lawsuits or whatever. Now, of course, there are limitations in place when it comes to illegal content, things that actually break the law. That is, of course, a very different set of circumstances. That's a different can of worms, and that's handled differently. But it should be obvious why Section 230 is so important, because if these platforms were held liable for every single thing people post on their platforms, they would get into a lot of hot water, and they would just not allow people to post things. Full stop, because it would be too dangerous to do so. they would need to micromanage and control every single thing that hits the platform in order to protect themselves. No matter how you spin it, this would ruin the internet. It's a pile of dog shit. No matter how much perfume gets sprayed on it or how they want to repackage it, it still stinks. This would affect literally every platform that has anything user submitted in any capacity at all.
And I also understand how the internet has changed since then. Because back then, message boards and other websites with user-generated content, they really were more like telephone carriers. They were neutral platforms. But that's not how things work anymore. Today, the internet is dominated by a small handful of these gigantic businesses that are not at all neutral.
So nothing's changed. Brother, wake up. Stop sipping the stupid potion. These mega corporations, these platforms, they've never been neutral. Just because you want to delude yourself into fantasy land thinking that it used to be neutral just because you didn't want to pay attention doesn't mean that's the actual truth of the matter. They've never been neutral.
But instead, algorithmically amplify whatever gets the most attention and maximizes ad revenue. And we know what happens when we let these engagement optimization algorithms be the lens that we see the world through. We get a mental health crisis, especially amongst young people. We get a rise in extremism.
I think this guy might have a mental health crisis.
Theories. And then, of course, we get these echo chambers.
You mean like with the Republican echo chambers on Twitter?
They amplify the demonization of the other side so badly.
You mean like the Republicans do constantly on Twitter?
We can't even have a civil conversation. It seems like we can't agree on anything.
These are the same talking points I've heard for over a decade now, and I'm sure many of you are exhausted of hearing them as well. This is the textbook yap. And now I know I said Joseph was drinking the dummy potion earlier, but the truth of the matter is he's shilling. There are people that are paying a lot of money to try and plant this idea in your brain that Section 230 is a bad thing. It only leads to things like extremism and conspiracy theories and demonization and that kind of thing. That's not true. Anyone who stops and thinks about this for even just a moment, firing on a few neurons, should be able to recognize how outrageous this proposal is. How would shutting down conversation and shutting down the ability to express thoughts and opinions somehow help combat the rise of extremism and conspiracies? That would only exacerbate the problem. Censorship doesn't solve these issues. It makes them worse. This is a tool utilized by people that want to control your thoughts and also be able to feed you any narratives they want to spin. Like right now, if there is a publication that puts out just a bunch of phony baloney nonsense, tons of people can call it out. And you, as just a normal, average Joe Schmo, can see like, oh, maybe this isn't a trustworthy source. But if you take away all those other voices and you only have this heavily curated, approved source that puts this information out that is incorrect, you have no recourse. You have no way of knowing that something is wrong. It's a big problem. It makes you worse off. And this is not some far-fetched example. Platforms would not allow just completely unfiltered usage of normal people expressing their thoughts because those thoughts might go against the official narrative from the curated source. And then the curated source might go after the platform saying, this is defamatory. These people have just said something hosted on your platform and we're coming after you with lawsuits. So they just wouldn't allow it. To extend this even bigger, Netanyahu has publicly, proudly stated that one thing he believes Israel needs to focus on is controlling platforms like TikTok. He has said this because he wants to better control the narrative around Israel because, well, a lot of people aren't huge Israel fans these days, if you can believe it. So he wants to control the conversation about Israel through being able to control how it's talked about on TikTok, which obviously would mean anyone that wants to start talking about Palestine and the atrocities and the genocide in Palestine would be muzzled because, well, that would now be something that TikTok would be liable for, and they don't want to take the chance anymore. Section 230 is extremely valuable in free speech.
And yet, one of the only things that the American public seems to agree broadly on right now, left, right, and center, Republicans, Democrats, independents,
this guy's death stare is
agree.
This guy definitely paid him. He's the guy behind it. You see this death stare? Bro probably has a gun in his fucking jacket. He's waiting to shoot this guy if he says something wrong. Guarantee it.
Trust these big tech businesses, and we don't like the influence they're having on our lives.
Actually, I trust China's government more than I would trust the U.S. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would literally give the Chinese government my full name, social security number, address, like phone number, bank information, everything, before I willingly gave it to the U.S. government. Which, I mean, you're literally required to anyways. Like, they already have that. But if the Chinese government asked for it, I would 100% be more... Oh my god, I forgot the word. More willing to give it to them than I would the U.S. government. Because, like, at least the Chinese government is open about it. The U.S. government pretends they don't do it, and then they do shit like this.
Lives and the lives of our kids. Well, if we want to do something about that, the right first step is to sunset Section 230. It's not going to solve everything, but it is the right first step.
It is indeed the right first step for these corporations and political vampires. It would create a society of thoughtless sheep that would be perpetually silenced and censored. That's what would happen with Section 230 no longer being applicable if they did just get rid of it. It's ridiculous, and of course you knew they were going to dust off the tried and true tactic of think of the children. Any time that this kind of topic is brought up,
I mean, obviously they're not thinking of the children, because look at the Epstein files.
Undoubtedly going to show up. Children being poisoned by social media. I hope you're sitting down, because there's going to be a shocking statement here. There's a brave take. Be a parent. Kids shouldn't be on social media in the first place. They shouldn't have unmonitored access to the internet to begin with. Be a parent. It is not the internet's job to cater to your lack of parenting by just letting your kid online. Fucking lazy, trash-ass parents just sit a kid in front of a computer or an iPad and then are stunned when apparently they find bad shit. Be a parent. Be involved in your kid's life. Raise your children. Don't make it the internet's job to do that for you. This is something I've said for over a decade now, and it keeps coming up. It's unbelievable that some people still think that this is some kind of slam dunk and like a good justification for getting rid of Section 230. It's so concerning. And going even deeper here, they keep saying that this rolling back of liability protection for tech companies would help enforce real accountability. By the way,
he pointed to the ill-fated Kids Online Safety Act, a bill aimed at hiking oversight on social media platforms, was passed the Senate but died in the House. You want to know why? Because the House is more important than the Senate. The Senate is full of a bunch of fucking idiots that are actually just the sheep, and then the House is at least a tiny bit logical enough to realize that that's an issue. This is how it always works. Things always get... The stupidest things ever always get past the Senate, then die in the House. For two reasons. One, because, you know, the Senate seems to be full of the biggest idiots on the planet, and two, it's a lot harder for the House to be corrupt if they can't even be corrupt, right?
Real accountability for bad parents that just let their kids online. He then pointed to the Kids Online Safety Act, KOSA, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. Something needs to change. Big tech needs to be incentivized to protect kids online, and if they don't, they should be held civilly liable. Sunsetting Section 230 won't destroy the internet,
yes,
and nothing we are proposing will impact our First
Yes,
Amendment rights, said Bridget Noring, whose son Devin died by fentanyl poisoning after connecting with a drug dealer on a photo messaging service Snapchat. What it will do is end blanket immunity without...
Bridget Noring, I'd hate to tell you, but that's 100% your fault. That's not Snapchat's fault that you weren't monitoring them. Like, yo, where are you going? To the store? Not to the back alley with my fent dealer? Like, you're not just gonna do the most basic level of tracking? Maybe, I don't know, a GPS on the phone, just the most basic thing ever? Like, if you're not even gonna put in the effort, that is 100% your fault, not Snapchat's. What the fuck?
Responsibility for tech companies. That is tragic, and I'm very sorry to hear about the loss of her son. However, what she...
I mean, yeah. Sorry for her son, not sorry for her. She's the one who caused it directly by not giving a shit.
is saying...
It is entirely her fault.
Absolutely would destroy the internet. This has been a conversation that's been had for decades. You can go and look at all of the data and why this hasn't happened before in the past, because there has been enough sense from people to shoot it down eventually, even though it does sometimes make it kind of deep through the motions. Eventually it has been getting shot down because of how important these freedoms are and how it does impact First Amendment rights.
Because by the time it gets to the House, like the important place, Congress is actually smart enough to read it over and be like, oh wait, shit, this affects us too, and then they just shoot it down because they don't want to deal with it themselves.
Cases. Also, that statement about ending blanket immunity for these companies, that's not really going to be the end result of 230 being destroyed. And also, there's not really a blanket immunity in general for everything either, because, again, illegal content is still not allowed. Notably, on Twitter, like a month or two ago, there was a huge issue where users were using Grok to undress children in photographs. They were taking photos of children and asking Grok to take their clothes off. So they were spreading
Yo, Elon needs to, like, I don't even know, bro. Elon needs to chill the fuck out, bro. He needs to go play some more Path of Exiles on stream. Have no real friends and will die alone. AI have filters for a reason, but I think this really proves why AI should be used for nothing more than data gathering. Like, if you go on Google and you type something, the AI brings up a bunch of information, it'll fucking it'll just basically farm a bunch of information and put it in front of you. That's like I still believe the only good thing AI can do, because it is generally the most harmless thing it can fuck up with. If it fucks up, gives you wrong information, I mean, hopefully you're smart enough to realize that you shouldn't put glue in mac and cheese, right? Or that Obama is not Saddam Hussein or whatever the fuck it was. I don't even remember. I believe that's what it was. I'm not going to check. I'm like 90% sure. I mean, realistically, it's no worse than if you were just going through Reddit yourself and found that information, like, because it literally just takes all the information and summarizes it. Image generation is the worst thing that has ever happened and will continue to be. My God. Any form of image generation. Any at all.
Child porn throughout Twitter. That is highly illegal. That is a horrible thing. And that is something that is not protected.
Thank God I was not on Twitter recently.
I've made quite a few videos yapping about Section 230 in general because it's something that continues to be targeted. It is something that if you don't know about it, you should know how important it is that it remain. It should not be something that is just fucking destroyed and abandoned. So don't fall for like the brainwashing here that Section 230 bad. That's just not true. Anyway, just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. Yep. That all of us have been inundated. I know that all of us have been inundated with bad news out the wazoo. It seems like every story out there right now is overwhelmingly negative, and it can get exhausting. It can get overwhelming. So I wanted to do something a little bit different here and buck that trend and deliver some terrible news instead. NVIDIA, with a nice little trick up their sleeve, just made a really cool announcement here about how the 50 series super refresh is delayed and the RTX 60 series might miss 2077 or 27. Also might miss 2077. In fact, we all might. AI will come in and just butt fuck us to death, but perhaps. But they might miss 2027.
Bro went to Cyberpunk,
this
bro.
Is very unusual for NVIDIA, but in the tech sector right now, it seems like there is a massive scramble to prioritize AI over the average consumer, so every consumer out there is getting just brutalized. They're playing a little game of your mouth, their spit, and we are the unwilling participants. They've shifted priority to AI chips instead because there is a limited supply of RAM currently available. Who knows what's responsible for that? It could be fucking anything out there, honestly. Am I right, sports fans? And they are also slashing the production of its current line of gaming chips. So just a nice little double whammy of bad news in what has become extremely common for Nvidia, which is nothing but bad news for consumers. Great news for their bottom line. They're making record-breaking profits right now, which, as history has taught us, will trickle down eventually to the rest of us. That I have no doubt on, so this is something to celebrate. Yeehaw! Big round of applause to Nvidia here for absolutely slapping the cheeks of consumers here and abandoning them to prioritize AI chips. It is working out for them money-wise, but it's looking real bad for just normal people who are getting priced out of fucking technology in general right now as the prices are skyrocketing. And this has been the trend when it comes to Nvidia. Anytime something new comes out about Nvidia and like anything consumer facing, it's not good. Don't just take my word for it though. Let's tune into Chinese Charles and see what he has to say about it on the front of Nvidia. There really hasn't been a whole lot of good news for average consumers when it comes to Nvidia
China
and everything that we've been experiencing recently. This is in regards to the previous scare about the potential pricing for upcoming Nvidia product.
听说过关于 GPU 价格的悲剧吗？我想你没听过。这不是那些 AI 狂热。
Just realized I'm wearing the same shirt right now as I was back then. I'm an outfit repeater. Literally a fucking cartoon character, huh? I'm only ever wearing the same couple of shirts, it seems.
热粉会告诉你的故事，好吧？我希望你已经弯好腰准备好了，因为这枚栓剂横竖都是要塞进来的。最近的。
Oh, what the hell is this?
That's really
I do
loud.
not have an account.
一份报告指出 ，NVIDIA 打算将 RTX 5090的价格推高到$5000。这仍然是来自韩国业内人士的一个未经证实的传闻。
Couldn't have said it better myself. There has not been anything good coming from Nvidia recently. They've been a factory of fucking terrible news. Unless, of course, you're like a supreme AI cock gobbler and get excited about AI coming through and fucking you in the face. And in that case, you need to be institutionalized ASAP. Nvidia to delay new gaming chip due to memory chip shortage.
Oh my god, a different shirt. Two different shirts.
Claims Nvidia will not be releasing any new RTX gaming GPUs in 2026, and the 60 series likely debuting in 2028. In 2028? They want to rent computers out these days. Yeah, that's the next big wave that they're looking at, I know. We talked about it. Demand for GeForce RTX GPUs is strong, memory supply constrained. We continue to ship all GeForce SKUs and are working closely with our suppliers to maximize memory availability. Why is the memory not super available? What's going on? What's causing the shortage? Oh, that's so weird. Many expect Nvidia to announce RTX 50 series super refresh at CES 2026, but just before the event, Nvidia publicly announced they would not announce any new GPUs, a first for the company in 5 years. That was hype. CES had some awesome AI shit, though. The most recent CES. Now hold your horses, I know what you're thinking. This can't be good for Nvidia. To basically just abandon the consumer market, well, it's not fully abandoning, but to be reducing their presence in the consumer market so drastically, and for the first time in a long time missing a launch and pushing everything back due to memory shortage and delay and everything like that, surely that's going to hurt them, right? No, you fucking fool! And do you know why? AI. Every fucking tech company, scratch that, nay, every company is scrambling to find a way of getting its grubby paws into the AI sector. So that's what got us into the RAM shortage or the RAM crisis in the first place, with Micron formally announcing that they're exiting the consumer space in order to exclusively focus on the AI industry. Nvidia is prioritizing AI, and even just every company you can possibly fathom is doing everything they can to integrate AI and fucking weasel their way in there too, at the expense of consumers. Right now, everything is getting more expensive because of this. And it's not going to get cheaper anytime soon. I am not one of the people that believe the bubble's going to burst very quickly. I know there's reports of OpenAI running out of money by the end of 2027, all that kind of stuff. But even then, I still just don't even believe the bubble's going to burst. I think it's going to stay bad for a long time because they're pouring infinite money, endless amounts of cash into this imagination of AI here, this industry. So Nvidia isn't exactly shy about showcasing how little they need you and me, consumers. They can survive and make a killing, fucking oodles of doubloons off.
Ironically, they can only survive without the consumers because of the consumers. They lose a few headquarters, though, and they could no longer survive by themselves. You know? Just a few, maybe one or two. Big processing factories.
Just focusing on AI and nothing else. So it's not really that big of a deal. It doesn't matter to them. And they're not alone. This is a very common sentiment. You're seeing all companies making this huge shift. And it's bad for average, normal people because even when something does come out, you know, you're not going to be able to afford it because the prices are so fucking high now. It's a disaster. It sucks. And every time I see something new from NVIDIA, it's just a bad news for normal people. It's crazy. How else would we get Chinese Charlie? True, at the end of the day, I think the RAM shortage is worth it for this.
厕所，那可不是什么紧张或者膝盖发软的迹象，那是严重的疾病症状，需要赶紧。
Where would we be if we didn't have the ability to do this? See, there's a little bit of good news. Thanks to AI and the prices that we're suffering now, we at least get the pleasure of hearing Chinese Charles. So, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad, right? You know, that's pretty fucking awesome, am I right? That's some pretty cool shit. Oh man, it's wild. I had to yap about it. I've been yeah.
He should just have someone make him a script in Chinese and then try his best to read it off just to fuck with them. Make their AI worthless.
Archive sent this to me. So apparently a big thing on Bilibili has been taking YouTube videos and AI generating a Chinese translation for Bilibili. So they've been doing that for me recently.
了一个挺酷的 alpha 男性，我想和你们分享一些他的智慧。万一你们谁恰好是
Now, believe it or not, I did not learn how to speak Chinese. This is not actually me saying those things. That's AI. And based on the one comment I can read without having an account, this guy liked it. So man, I'll start learning Chinese. There's a whole new market out there. This was the alpha video, so even the alphas dubbed in Chinese.
真正男人的傻瓜呢？
软弱的男人每隔15到20分钟就往厕所跑，他们会有点紧张，他们得去拉屎，他们得去撒尿。当你走进公共厕所，看到一个男的正在拉屎。
But is it accurate? I have no fucking clue if it's accurate or not.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Not just a robot voice either, it sounds like you. Yeah, the AI dubs are getting really good.
It does not sound like him.
Good. Or not.
正在他们会有点紧张。
这个弱小又不懂什么是真正男人的傻瓜呢？
This was the alpha video, so even the alphas dubbed in Chinese.
I mean, if he's speaking over it, maybe the tiniest bit, but
dubbed in Chinese.
真正男人的傻瓜呢？
Nah.
Is if this whole channel is just my videos in Chinese. Let me see. No, it's a wide array of content. It seems. Is that Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, these channels are called movers. Is that right? That's the terminology.
就没再用过拉臭臭这种词了。我是拉屎，我就是这么干的。也许这家伙一直在那里用屁股放些没响声的小屁，所以他才管那叫拉臭臭。但一个真正的男人可不是那样的。而且，到底谁他妈会每隔15分钟就去一趟？
Hey man, he's kind of spitting. Chinese Charlie kind of going in right now. Find Chinese Markiplier. I don't even know how I would. I only found this because Archive linked it. So I don't even know how I'd search.
His name is in English, so Markiplier's name might be in English
on
too.
Here, but I bet they have Markiplier dubbed in Chinese.
We typed his name in English.
Markiplier
Yeah.
talking about Iron Lung, maybe. Let's try that. No, this is his Iron Lung video in general. Oh no, here's an Iron Lung trailer. They just haven't got his more recent Iron Lung content.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and I'm very tired. I'm gonna go into the ocean.
What the fuck, he doesn't get a cool Chinese AI voice dub? They not respect him out there? What the hell?
See that question in your eyes? Alone in the...
Yeah, they don't... yeah.
Your eyes. See that question in your eyes? See that question in your eyes.
Why does it sound like Mark, but also doesn't sound like Mark?
Alone in the dark.
Yeah, they don't they don't have any AI clones of him? Yeah, let's just try Markiplier in general. Maybe it's more of a newer thing. Here, let's try this one.
Granny's pretty damn old Granny video,
This
I
one's
think.
brand new.
Or I guess
Oh,
it's
this
new
is a
in
stream.
this case. Oh no, this is the stream.
Hi.
What the fuck?
Welcome back to the stream.
This is the stream from Iron Lung, literally. This is literally the one from Iron Lung. From like a few days ago at bat. What the fuck is this homepage, bro? Yeah, it's literally this one, I think. Yeah. It's this one. Why did I know that?
Hi. Welcome back to the stream.
It is literally that one.
I don't even know what he's saying. It's not in Chinese. There we go. That's the kit and caboodle. Here's the Oreo sweatshirt.
Can you believe there's actually a chance?
Ew. English.
毫无疑问，男人最
Better.
普遍的自卑来源就是阴茎的大小。人们非常看重你那活儿的尺寸。毫无疑问，你也听过有人把小阴茎
What the
当作
fuck is
脏
this,
话
bro?
来
They got
骂
my
人，
chat. What the
但
hell?
很少有人知道，这其实是一种医学诊断，在某些情况下还是一种令人衰弱的疾病。
That's kind of what I was thinking overall there. That's a pretty fucking solid point, honestly. Can't believe you learned Mandarin. I know, it wasn't easy. God bless the Rosetta Stone. They tried to scramble my shit at the Tower of Babylon. Wasn't good enough. This one seems to have done well. Oh, this is about the world's smallest penis.
Takes courage.
This one did well. That's just pictures of stone wiener.
当我说起好莱坞时，
Much better.
你最近首先想到的是什么？可能不再是电影了。我有一种直觉，你可能立刻联想到的是邪恶，或者是那些牵扯进许多烂事的非常糟糕的人。因为好莱坞现在看起来就像个大粪坑，里面全是些真正的混蛋，你知道的，他们干过一些非常恶心的破事儿。
Imagine you become a national sensation because of the AI dubs. I don't believe that. I think what's more likely is eventually one of these channels AI dubs my shit into being like heinous, truly heinous, to the point where all of China I am viewed as like the ultimate villain, like fucking Lelouch in Code Geass. I think that's far more likely to happen. How do you know that this isn't it? I guess I don't. I can only go by that one comment with the guy smiling, and then the other one where a guy dropped the stone penis picture. To me, that seems positive. This channel actually has 14,000 videos they're uploading like every 10 minutes. Oh, this is the same one I was just on.
It's entirely
holy
just
shit.
AI.
Yeah, wait, you're right. They actually uploaded 2 more videos since the last time I checked it a couple minutes ago. Oh my god.
It's all AI
你能相信这
automated.
周末坦帕竟然有可能下雪吗？外面非常冷，这就是为什么我穿着这件奥利奥毛衣。这是我父母送给我的圣诞礼物。我刚看了铁肺，这是来自 Markiplier 的一个心血之作。
Markiplier.
It's so true, man. That's what I always say about Mark, to be honest. Who else do they auto-dub into Chinese? Oh, hey, they got the AI one. They stay on top of shit.
哦嚯，他来敲我们的门啦！好莱坞那些来讨糖吃的捣蛋鬼们，带着他们的 AI 作品登场了。现在达伦·阿伦诺夫斯基
So bad, bro.
这是来自 Markiplier 的一个讨糖。
It's
so
you have
bad.
all the.
Come on, show this is sad. If I was XQC, I'd be pissed. Oh, this looks like it'll be dubbed.
Case.
There it is.
Nope. What the fuck? Where are my fellow Mandarin speaking brothers in here? Let me go to this channel and let me see, because this one seems to be the main one that's doing the AI dubs. He's already uploaded 2 new videos in the last 4 minutes. Is this sort by newest here? Okay. Let me see who I see. That Phil Spencer?
游戏行业正处于重大变革之中，主机生命周与 RAM 短向未来的更新软件惊人特性，你一定会想看到最后的。稍后我们将讨论那个避而不谈的主要问题，也就是
Colt Eastwood? I'm not super familiar. I think if it's not this channel, it's not going to be AI dubbed. That's my guess. Based on our very limited amount of searching here. What's crazy is I think all of these are still uploaded within that last 2 days, yeah. February 3rd, that's crazy. Epstein files, baby.
从这里开始，情况只会变得越来越糟。我们要继续深入研究目前这300万份文件。我们主要讨论了亿万富翁们如何谎称与爱泼斯坦的关系，或者如何在草案中遭到敲诈，最终导致婚姻破裂。我们谈到了 Howard Lutnick， 他是如何谎称没见过爱泼斯坦的，尽管他现在依然否认这一点。我们也谈到了一些针对特朗普和比尔·克林顿的可怕指控，尽管我们明确表示，
Bro, they say fucking rapping. What the fuck is this?
谈到了 Howard Lutnick， 他是如何谎称没见过爱泼斯坦的，尽管他现在依然否认这一点。我们也谈到了一些针对特朗普和比尔·克林顿的可怕指控，尽管我们明确表示这些内容尚未经证实。现在有些人对这些文件的公开做出了回应，比如埃隆·马斯克，他说没有人比他更努力地争取全面公开爱泼斯坦文件。
Hey, it's doing well over here on Billy Billy. He's keeping China up to date on the Epstein files as well. Ugh, I need to have an account to scroll more. Let him know worldwide. Yeah, no, he's Chinese CoffeeZilla. He's cooking actually. He's cooking. Oh, the AI old people one's here too. Are they're gonna be dubbed in Chinese, right?
31岁的男人依然用老派的方式朝着云朵挥舞拳头。这儿有一个暖心的故事，跟我一起感叹一下 YouTube 内容。
What is
目
2
前
times
被
me
AI
sound
支配
like?
的现
Bro, it's gonna be fucking LM&M, bro.
我们谈到了 Howard Lutnick， 他是如何谎称没见过爱泼斯坦的，尽管他现在依然否认这一点。我们也谈到了一些针对特朗普和比尔·克林顿的可怕指控。富翁们婚姻破裂。我们谈到了 Howard Lutnick， 他是如何谎称没见过爱泼斯坦的，尽管他现在依然否认这一点。我们也谈到了一些针对特朗普和比尔·克林顿的可怕指控。尽管我们明确表示这些内容尚未经证实。现在有些人对这些文件的公开做出了回应，比如埃隆·马斯克，他说没有人比他更努力地争取全面公开爱泼斯坦文件。
Hey, it's doing well.
You can't even understand it.
敲诈，最终导致婚姻破裂。我们谈到了 Howard Lutnick， 他是如何谎称没见过爱泼斯坦的，尽管他现在依然否认这一点。我们也谈到了一些针对特朗普和比尔·克林顿的可怕指控。尽管我们明确表示这些内容尚未经证实。
Is it even saying anything anymore?
尽管我们明确表示这些内容尚未经证实。尽管我们明确表示这些内容尚未经特朗普和比尔·克林顿的可怕指控。尽管我们明确表示这些内容尚未经证实。
God damn.
特朗普和比尔·克林顿的可怕指控。尽管我们明确表示这些内容尚未经证实。现在有些人对这些文件的公开做出了回应，比如埃隆·马斯克，他说没有人比他更努力地争取全面公开爱泼斯坦文件。
Hey, it's doing well over here on Chinese CoffeeZilla. He's
用老派的方式一起感。
Okay, calm down. Jesus Christ. Charlie in Chinese is a little too aggressive. No
故事，跟我一起感叹一下 YouTube 内容目前被 AI 支配的现状吧。
完全都是错误的。
去他妈的爷爷吧！
Okay, calm down. Jesus.
Bro is aggressive,
You know,
that's for
YouTube
sure.
videos have the auto translation dubs now, right? I've seen it a couple of times. I don't know if it's a feature that's fully rolled out or not, but
It's mostly rolled out, but most people turn it off.
I have seen it a couple of times. Oh, can you imagine though? If for some reason Chinese Charlie takes off over there and there's just the cheeky plugs in there, a bunch of people in China ordering cheeky. Granted, that'd be like like $40 on shipping since we make it in America, but god damn it, would they get some great soap. Make a cheeky collab with Tubi Hero X and Link Click. I actually love both of those, so I'd be super open to that.
What the hell?
Both of those
Yo,
shows
he
slap.
watches both. That's crazy. He watches Tubi Hero X. You know what's crazy? I'm pretty sure Tubi Hero X is literally made by one of the parent companies of Billy Billy. Billy Billy's such a trip. I'm pretty sure it's literally made by If I just say creator, will it just tell me the fucking... That's the actual website. Aniplex. It's just Billy Inc. I swear one of these is related somehow. That's Sony Music Entertainment. I swear to God, one of these companies somehow related. I forget how exactly. I mean, I guess it literally says they act. Now it's just I noticed it right when I was scrolling up. It actually literally says that. Yeah, I was looking down at this stuff. I mean, they literally worked on it too, so or I guess distributed it. Probably publisher, realistically.
He does. For some reason, Chinese Charlie takes off over there, and there's just the great soap. I actually love both of those, so I'd be super open to that. Both of those shows slap.
The fridge is one of the largest monopolies, huh? What fucking milk delivery? I am probably done for today. Stream of year one YouTube. Ending, yeah, probably. Crazy, nah. Okay, yes, I will be back tomorrow. Good night.